Well, Colin, we are here to talk about your role as Mac in Irreverent. So go ahead and please tell me a little bit about your character in this series.
Yeah, so when we meet Mac slash Paulo, he's a mob negotiator for the different factions of the mob in Chicago, and after a deal goes pretty darn wrong, he's forced to go on the run off to he chooses the most distance he could possibly get away and ends up in Australia, and then because of some stuff that happens along the way he ends up impersonating a reverend in a very teeny little seaside town
Mhm.
in far north Queensland. And that's really where the series kicks off.
Okay. Well, what did you enjoy the most about playing Mac, and what attracted you to the role?
There were several things about the role that I just loved. I mean, when I first read Patty McRae's script, I fell in love with it very quickly. It was funny. It was so full of heart. I saw a character that was complicated and multi-dimensional, and there was something about it that just made me want to get in there to figure it out for myself. And I feel very lucky that they allowed me to come over and do it. I think there's one of the things about our show is that it is intensely funny and a bit absurd, and you have that side to it, but then you also have a story that has so much heart to it,
Hmm.
and it has a really captivating message about community and really and the relationships within that community and how it changes people and allows for a bit of redemption,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to Mac. And so you put all those things together and you have kind of a dream role for somebody like me who
Yeah.
wants to be able to draw on all the things that I can do, that I have always wanted to do as an actor,
Mhm.
and just shoves them together into a big pot.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I mean, have you played a character like Mac before, or is this your first time?
I mean, there's nobody that I've ever played that is quite like Mac.
Okay.
There's definitely been different characters I've played that have aspects of him.
Hmm.
Um, but I haven't often gotten a chance to do comedy the way that I've been allowed to
Okay.
with Mac.
Hmm.
Um, and I just think that it was such a unique experience to be able to do something that was very different than what I've done before on television.
For sure. And now, this is considered a crime thriller, isn't it?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
I would say it's a dark comedy.
Dark
Yeah.
comedy. Okay. So, I mean, we have many shows like that. What makes Irreverent unique and stand out from the others?
I think it's really what I was talking about the heart that lays at the center of it.
Yeah.
It is ultimately a joyful show. Yeah, there is a darker element to it, and it deals with some aspects that are in the crime thriller genre, but it's also a really fun journey for an audience to take, and they're bound to have a great time right from the start. It is a little absurdist in its comedy, uh, and then and it's a credit to really both of our directors, Jonathan Teplitsky and Lucy Gaffey, that they really let us lean into that. And it's such a huge credit to Patty McRae for
Hmm.
creating a world like that, where we're walking a very wonderfully fine line between the drama of it and the comedy of it,
Yeah.
and telling a great story about a community and how that community leans on each other and fights within each other and tries to really kind of better themselves through their relationships.
Awesome. Fantastic. Now, hypothetically speaking, if you had to flee for some reason, where would you go?
Well, look, Danny, if I told you, it
It
wouldn't
would be a
be a
secret.
secret anymore. So I don't think I can tell you,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I will say it probably wouldn't be a place where I had to have a parka and snow pants on.
Okay. Maybe a warm climate.
maybe a warm climate, or at least some place that had a little bit of both.
Okay.
There's a few places in the world like that. So,
Like St.
yeah, I
Louis.
mean, I would like St. Louis. St. Louis definitely has it's got the cold and the heat. I've been there.
In one
Grew up
day.
there. That's right. You don't like the weather in St. Louis? You just wait 5 minutes.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, Colin, may I take a screenshot for social media purposes? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Colin, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure.